Sparrow and I are not feeling very well today. We both have sore throats, a little like congestion. It's definitely the time of year where you get sick more. The kids are back in school, we get exposed to everything. So just trying to stay healthy so when we do get sick, it stays fairly mild, and then maybe we can keep our bodies from getting every little thing. Fire cider is super simple and has tons of flexibility. So what I'm adding to my apple cider vinegar today are basically the things I have and the things that I feel like are kind of crucial ingredients to making the best fire cider. So we grow lots of beautiful organic garlic. So we have garlic, ginger, organic, turmeric, organic, obviously not grown here, onions, peppercorns to go with the turmeric. I was reading about lemon balm and we grew a lot this year and it can be good in fire cider. So some lemon balm, some calendula. It has all kinds of wonderful properties as well. I have these tangerines that need to be used up. A lot of people use oranges or grapefruit. I always put lemons. And that is the basics of what will go in it. A lot of people add like peppers of some sort, like hot peppers. Because I want my kids to actually be able to drink some of this, I don't add anything too spicy. The peppercorns don't make it that spicy. So it's really up to you, and also whether you like spicy things. Spicy can cause indigestion for some people and actually not be good for them. So we kind of stray away from super spicy things. So there will be no peppers in ours, but it is another possible ingredient. A lot of people put horseradish and burdock in their fire cider. I find those two things, one, make it very spicy, and then the burdock, we just like really don't like burdock, and it makes it so I don't want to drink it. I actually like the fire cider mixed with a little bit of water. I actually find it really pleasant to drink. I don't put the burdock in it because I find I actually drink it if it tastes good. So you gotta like do what you need and what works for you. That's what works for us. I'm hoping my sick assistant will come help for a moment. Help me cut up the citrus and put it in a jar just to get any weird who knows what that may not be healthy for us off the skins of these citrus. I'm just have water and a little bit of vinegar, and the vinegar is just white vinegar, and it gets any yucky things basically off our skins. So here we go. Just gonna let these little guys sit in here for a minute. Now I'll dump this and then you can cut them out. Alrighty, here we go. It shouldn't hurt you. So Sparrow, do you drink fire cider?
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's delicious.
Finley thinks it's gross, though.
Finley thinks it's gross. What happens when Finley drinks it?
He spits it everywhere.
He spits it everywhere. Or throws a fit.
But I think it's delicious.
Me too. Me too.
So I never knew you put lemons and orange in here.
Yeah. I don't always do oranges, but we just have these that kind of need to get eaten. We may not put all of them in here. Just put some of them.
Should I do another or no?
I'm gonna do.
How many more oranges, Mom?
How many more oranges? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Let's just put this last one.
Last one. Good enough? How about one more?
Okay.
in an ideal world, we would have made this like maybe a couple months ago, before like cold and flu season really hit. But, you know, life is busy. I often make enough that I feel like it lasts a couple years. So I actually haven't made this in a while. I just ran out recently. But I want this to get everything into it as quickly as possible into the vinegar. And so the finer this is chopped up, basically the more quickly it's going to infuse into my vinegar. Ideally it sits for like 3 to 4 weeks. I usually just let it sit for like months and months. And then I just take little tablespoons of it and put it in some water just throughout. Like we'll probably take some out of here tonight, even though it won't be very infused yet. Apple cider vinegar on its own is actually good for you too. So a lot of people after 3 to 4 weeks will strain all this out and put their fire cider in jars without all this stuff. And I might eventually do that, but I often just let it keep going and going. It doesn't mold because of the vinegar, so it just doesn't really hurt anything to let it infuse more strongly. That's my 2 cents on that.
And then it's yummier.
And then it's yummier. Yeah. But, so what I'm going to do, because these are kind of big chunks, is I'm going to put them in my Cuisinart and like really dice them up. Here we go. All blended up. Here is our garlic, turmeric, ginger, all blended up so it infuses our apple cider vinegar as quickly as possible. What I like to do when I have kind of a lot of ingredient is we'll fill this and I'll take some off of it every day. Just a few tablespoons. And then after 3 to 4 weeks, I will pour some of the vinegar off and then add more vinegar to this because there is just so much. You can see I have just so much ingredient that it will infuse a lot more apple cider vinegar. I am very haphazard about my fire cider and how much of each thing I put in it. So I really wouldn't worry too much about it. There are a lot of recipes out there. They all differ. I often will look at some recipes and then just riff off of that. But really doesn't hurt to have a whole bunch. And then you'll just pour off some of the apple cider vinegar and then add more apple cider vinegar to this. The vinegar preserves it, so nothing's going to go bad. And then here is my peppercorns, and then I put some, actually, so these, you want to shove them down in there? I'm going to put like that much. Yeah, go for it. And then, here, let's put them like kind of under so they don't float to the top so much. And then do you want to put some of the lemon balm in? So I'm putting this dried stuff down a little lower. I probably should have put it in first.
They look like nettles.
They look like nettles. They look so much like nettles.
Actually, once I tried, I bet it was this. Something in the boiler room. I thought it was.
And it was
gross.
It was gross, yeah.
Wait, I'm going to test if it's the same thing.
It smells so good though. Oh my god, I love the smell of lemon balm. Yeah, but they don't, it doesn't taste good by itself. Okay.
I just was like, yeah, nettle.
Okay, we won't put too much of that in there. We don't want to make it taste bad. Okay, there we go. So there's all my dried stuff. I'm shoving it down so it doesn't float to the top, obviously.
And add the most important part.
Yeah, here, you want to do it? Do the honors? It's interesting, the Bragg's just, yeah, isn't as dark as this one. I don't know why.
No, this is glass. I
Yeah.
think it was glass. I thought it was glass.
No, it's nice that it's glass. We don't
Wait,
want
is this
microplastics in our food. Alright,
You filling this?
we're filling it all the way to the top. Look at that, so pretty. Good job, that was like perfect. Perfect.
I did the whole thing with you, which is too much.
Pretty much. But it's sort of fun. I think fire cider is so fun. It's just so easy, it's pretty, and now we just let it sit. One really important factor is, obviously, you use a metal lid of any sort, it's going to corrode because it's vinegar. That's what vinegar does. Also, in the very beginning, it's important that every day you give it a little shaky shake so the same things aren't sitting on the top. It kind of gets mixed around.
That's hard to shake, probably.
It is. It's big and heavy, but you just do it, right?
There's a lot of space in there.
Yeah, it'll all get in there. Oh, look at the vinegar's going down a little bit because it's like working out some bubbles. Anyway, so you just give it a little shake every day for a few days. I do it for like 3 to 4 days. And then it can kind of just sit and be ignored, but I just leave it on my counter. You know, it looks pretty, and then you're reminded to shake it every day. It is a decoration. You can make it even prettier too by like doing layers, and if you put like red hot peppers in there, it'd be really pretty.
Or put some like beets in there.
Beets in there. That's an interesting idea.
Like red beets.
Mm-hmm. It'd make the whole thing red.
And it might taste better.
Yeah, sweeten it up a little. Basically, every year I add to my fire cider those basic ingredients: onion, garlic, lemon, any other citrus, and ginger and turmeric, and peppercorns or ground pepper. That's sort of like my base. And then this year I was reading about other things, and that's when the calendula came to mind because I grow so much calendula and I grow so much lemon balm. They have their own things, and so you can kind of just riff off of it. There is like a million different things that people put in there. It's pretty fun. But no matter what, it's gonna be good. This is one of the things that Ivan calls my wotions and potions. Whenever we get sick, I just start making him drink things and take things. He's not always a big fan of the fire cider. Some days he likes it, some days he doesn't. But yeah. So now I hope you feel inspired to make this really easy, very healthful concoction. Some people call it like a flu shot because it just has everything you need in it for your immune system. Really, truly feel like it makes a huge difference when you're sick or right before you get sick. And the beauty of apple cider vinegar in and of itself is helps alkaline the body and has all these microbiotics in it. So yeah, it's just all around good stuff.
And hopefully you like it.
And hopefully you like it. Otherwise, oh yes, one really important thing to keep in mind is you never want to drink apple cider vinegar straight. It can burn your esophagus. It is vinegar. It is very acidic and caustic outside the body. And so, yeah, you always want to add a little water. So some people, what they like to do is they add like a tablespoon or two to a whole cup of water, add a little honey, and that kind of helps offset maybe what tastes bad. What I do often is make kind of like a little shot. So I do a couple tablespoons, a little bit of water, and then I just slug it back. You know, it just depends on kind of whether you like it or not and what makes it feasible for you.
It's getting colored by all the stuff in it.
It is getting colored.
It's yellow.
Mm-hmm. Turmeric really dyes things. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. We may not have done it the right way. We may not have done it the wrong way, but we did it the Kilcher way. Also, like and subscribe so we can keep making these videos. We're having fun, getting better at it all the time. So don't forget, like and subscribe.